here is a new annoying issue. Alternator lights at high revs. All right, it is the next day. We are back in the workshop, and to say I'm leaving everything slightly last minute would be a mild understatement, but that is the way some things go. Yesterday, did the coil packs, did the diff oil, transmission oil, so it would hopefully all be wonderful, ready for the trip to Le Mans, which is the test of what was the cheapest Maserati available in Europe. And that test is to go to Le Mans 24-hour for a few days camping with some friends, the high temperatures because it's nice and warm, lots of traffic driving around. Well, that'll be the test for it to go all the way to the Trans-Varagasan Highway in Romania in August, which is a 5,000 kilometre round trip, rather than a couple of hundred round trip, and with lots of friends that can rescue me if things go wrong. I won't know if this is actually going to Le Mans yet, because I now have 3 hours to finishing the last bits, clean the workshop up, pack, have a shower, then the car goes for the test, then I've got to pack the car, if it passes its test, to then go to Le Mans. And I don't even know what car I'm taking if it doesn't. So, could I say I'm betting on myself to have fixed the problem, or am I just stupid? We'll soon find out. So let's see if there are any leaks under the car. Okay, I'm never going to get the camera low enough to see that, but there isn't. But no leaks doesn't mean no problems, because this is, well, it's running rich, it's high on emissions. So, what are we going to do? Cheat. No. Right, put that in the boot. And we're going to put this through the fuel treatment to just clean all the rest of it before it goes to test. Then the car needs cleaning up, emptying. Let's bet on this going, come on. Okay, in for its test, and it did not pass. So it is the emissions. So there's, as you can see there's general corrosion on the chassis, but that's to be expected. And subframes on these are quite bad for rotting. This one's quite good, but it will need some work and to be saved. That's not a problem. It is literally that the emissions are too high, but they're pretty close, but we're still not getting to it. However, I've got 2 months, which means this is going to go down to Le Mans, and we are going to go down on a little road trip and see what it is like to drive. Who says a Maserati isn't a family car ready for camping, or a single person's car for camping even? It's, well, actually I'm not going to, could open that door I suppose, everything might fall out. Oh, precarious. We're doing all right. Let's see if it makes it. So went down to my happy place with my friends following the Le Mans 24-hour race weekend. Got some beautiful scenery, a really nice drive, got to enjoy the car a little bit even though it wasn't running perfectly. Safe in the knowledge that if there was a massive problem, I had people around me, and people around me that could bring me home. Wasn't far from home. Got to stay at my favourite campsite, which is extremely peaceful. I really do love it. And of course, it being a Maserati, there was a small problem. A new annoying issue. Alternator light at high revs, and once it goes back down under a certain engine speed, it should go out. It's only in the high revs. There we go, it's gone. Now that is a major issue because it can just catch fire. And what happened after that is, well, basically that alternator light coming at high revs was the rectifier regulator in the alternator going, so it's overcharging at high revs, which is quite a bad thing in these because apart from balls of battery, they can spontaneously catch fire because of it, and they're quite known for it. A massive shout out to, apart from all my friends who helped me out while I was there, I did limp the car home gently at the end of the camping trip, but the Sports Maserati forum, all of the guys that met up with me, I put something on the Sports Maserati forum and said where I was. They said, we're in the area tomorrow, come down, meet us, we'll have a look at the car, and pointed me in the right direction. Thank you everybody that was on that forum and the people that I met. Fantastic help. And of course what we are now is we are back in, well, now we've caught up with modern times. We've caught up on all of that trip because that's some time ago. Came back, there were small, almost fire issues, and it resulted in a new alternator. And somebody else from the forum and somebody part of my car club up here, Phil, again, another Phil, because I just ran out of time and the motivation started lacking for this particular car with everything else I've got going on. He did the alternator for us, and it sort of solved a fair few problems, apart from one. So I am at a certain point with the Maserati. I've had my friends who are also electricians having a look at something because it's obviously not been charging. I'm not in my own workshop, I'm somewhere else. Here we are. Inlet manifolds off. There's the brand new alternator. You see how complicated it was to get to that. I'm going to see if all the wires are right, because we think one of these might not be. So basically you've got three wires in the back of the alternator here. One is your light, your alternator light on your dash. One is your signal wire and the constant live, and this one here wasn't in properly. It had been pushed out, the retaining pin had come out, so this was coming out. So they pushed this all back in and they put it back together, and hopefully this is solved.
Voltage is normal.
Okey-dokey. Let's let it do its thing. You see that in the corner? We are charging properly. We have the right voltage, so we are charging. And now, let's just see if all of those misfires have gone, or should I say that? They have gone. I just want to confirm they have stayed gone. Okay, so we have both the catalytic converters. That's present, they're poor efficiency because there are no catalytic converters in it. I've got a couple of little bits and pieces to be expected. Yeah, brake light's got a dodgy bulb in it. Parking sensors, yeah, odds and ends. But every car like this, especially like this, will have all sorts of bits and pieces, but the misfires have gone, it's running properly. Just need to get the emissions in check, and we know what that is. Listen to that. That is just silky smooth now, and beautiful. All that little misfire's gone. It sounds beautiful. This has no faults. Should I say that? No, it's Maserati. Of course it has. Parking sensor doesn't work, and we will not get it through the emissions yet because it needs 2 catalytic converters. Hopefully I've got a line on some sports catalytic converters which will go on, will keep it in the emissions bracket that I need to pass in France, waiting for them to come back to me. Parking sensor, there's a wiring issue with that. That's not a massive thing. Apart from that, there are no misfires. It is driving perfectly, and I really have enjoyed the little bits of journeys that I did. It's been rather an interesting road to get to this point. And now, obviously, I've completely missed the road trip that I wanted to go on because the car wasn't ready and certainly couldn't be trusted. It's still not ready, really, which is a massive shame, but that is how projects and stuff like that go sometimes. So now this can get put to the back burner because we're going to just wait for the sports cats to arrive. And then we will not do the parking sensor at the same time. And then we'll see. I'm just going to drive this around for a little bit before it gets put away for winter. And then we'll see what road trips come about, which does mean now we are back at the present day. We've caught up on all the backlog. It's time to get on with the other projects which are in the workshop. I do want to work out what I'm going to do with the transporter van. Obviously, Billy's Range Rover is massively important. I wanted to get that done for last Christmas, and now this Christmas looks like a bit of a struggle, typical. And all the other stuff which is for this house, which is down there, it's broken. So that's where I am up to now. That's going to one side. Thank you everyone for being patient. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for helping get me this far. And now it's time to get back to the Rust Rover and everything else. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.